Back when I was a wee lad, I used to play a lot of video games. A lot of wide variety of stuff, GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2, and, things like that. But when I was a little kid, I discovered a game called Infamous. I didn't know too much about it. I didn't even bother playing the story, to be honest. I just liked the freedom and chaos of going around and shooting these godlike powers out of my hands. But, as time goes on, I've come to realize that this game series
is like gas as fuck, dude. Like, this game series is so fucking cool. Like, oh my god, the fucking cold Macgrath. My bad. Let's get on to the review.
Alright guys, here's the custom in person. I have it just chilling here. Nice cool backdrop. I'm very happy with how this turned out, honestly. I don't know if there's any Infamous fans out there. Well, there obviously is, but, a lot of Infamous fans. But I tried my very best to get this figure accurate to how he looks in his second game by making, the pattern on his shirt, the tattoos on his arms, hell, even the freaking bandages on his fingers. I went as far as to paint those. I even got his Union Jack logo on his leg. I'm not the biggest fan of the shade it came out looking like, but I don't really want to go ahead and fix it and then make it look too bright or too dark, so I'm just going to keep it like how it is. The face sculpt, I'd like to thank Sun West Kong for the sculpt work. I really appreciate that. And daishocreations for printing it. I really appreciate that as well as the bag and the both versions of the amp too, which, let me give you a good look at that.
So you're the one standing in my way.
After this battle is over, I can continue the journey.
So, on the back, I decided to paint the Cy Cooper on, the logo from Sucker Punch's other game series before Infamous.
I have no idea what you're saying. And your suit sucks. No!
And came out okay. I think it came out the best it could on this tiny ass thing. But if I had a stencil or something, it could probably turn out even better. Now, if anyone wants the recipe for this figure, obviously the head, the 2 amps, and the bag were all 3D printed by Sun West Kong and daishocreations. But as far as the body goes, which is the neck, torso, legs, and feet, they're all from the Marvel Legends MCU Tom Holland figure. The shoulders are from the Marvel Legends Longshot, and the arms, which is like, the bicep area downward, that's from a G.I. Joe figure. I forgot which one. In post, I'll probably put it up on the screen. But he has black sleeves with exposed arms, so I decided to use those. The hands are a mixture. The resting hands he has and these open hands, they're from one of the starting lineup characters. I forgot who. Again, I'll put it up on the screen in post. The fists are another part of the MCU Tom Holland figure. The grabbing hands for the amp, I believe, are from the MCU Doctor Strange, if I'm not mistaken. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want a closer look at the amp, here's the painted amp that's not attached to his bag. This is what it looks like. I'm a big fan of the sculpts. I think amazing work done by these two. So I really think you should check out the Instagram page in the description.
Buddy, you are one sick freak.
But yeah, as far as articulation goes, he's got standard stuff, his head turns left and right, stuff like that. Arm goes out, moves forward, back, we got a bend at the elbow, a pretty decent bend actually. Swivel at the bicep area, which is cool. And something I'm pretty happy about is that there's not a whole lot of paint rub here in the arm area, on both arms. So, it's actually, the only paint rub that's here is on the torso by his, where his arms are. But as far as, his legs, his feet, his knees, I actually dyed the legs. So they were dyed black, and then I paint over them with the matte black to match the rest of the figure. So then his torso articulation, like the MCU figure, is very limited. I mean, it can turn to the side, obviously, both ways. But as far as bending forward goes, this is about as far as it can go. And, bending backwards. It's actually pretty decent. It's not bad. There is minor paint rub on like the neck area, like, you know, right here, for example. You can see right there. It's probably from the bag, and then, you know, minor, you know, areas around the neck for where the black paint was. I'm not bothered by it because the bag kind of conceals a lot of stuff. No paint rub on the chest where the bag is, so the pattern is still, you know, maintained very easily, which I like. The, you know, leg articulation, standard Marvel Legends stuff, forward. Not a whole lot back, to be honest. Got a bend at the knee. It's a double jointed knee, so it bends like this. Then we got, you know, foot swivel, foot hinge on the side. And, you know, the foot bends up and all the way down. So, yeah, I'm actually, like I said earlier, I'm actually a pretty big fan of how this turned out. Again, this would not have done this all by myself. A lot of the sculpting details, you know, like the head sculpt and whatnot, are all thanks to daishocreations, the Sun West Kong. I'm really happy with how this turned out. And, you know, yeah, this is the Cole Macgrath figure. Now, I don't know if my Infamous fans out there, you know, are enough to remember this guy, but this guy is probably one of my favorite, you know, superhero characters that are not Marvel and DC.